So welcome to another episode of Paul's Asian Adventure. Hey guys, on this one I wanted to discuss something that you guys seem to enjoy to discuss, renting versus owning. Stay tuned or be doomed. So there are advantages and disadvantages in renting and owning. And I'm not talking about condos, I'm talking about women. So what do I mean by owning? Of course you don't own a girl, right? But like live-in partner, marriage, etc. Renting would be just girlfriend, non-live-in girlfriend. So we're going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages in both. What's the advantages of, renting a girl, meaning you're not literally renting her, but she's your girlfriend, she's a non-live-in partner? Well, the biggest advantage is that she's less of a burden. Financially, she's less of a burden. You're not responsible if there's something goes on doctor-wise or dentist-wise. If you have a live-in partner, on the other hand, you're not directly responsible, but you feel the responsibility and you will take care of that girl. So, also there is less danger if you don't have a live-in partner or married. If you're married, you're kind of married to the state and all the laws that go with that. And I talked about the divorce law that might be coming here in the Philippines, and you can check that out in the description below after this video. There's also, if you have a live-in partner, there's a common law here, which is Article 147 and 148. I talked about that in a different video, and those are really, really important videos to watch. So you should watch those in the link below. Anytime you move in with a girl, the 147 and 148 applies straight away. And you put yourself in somewhat a financial burden if things don't work out and if the girl decides to pursue that. So, the other thing with, of course, again, having a girlfriend, meaning renting, not owning, for lack of other words, is that you as a person have a lot more freedom. You can go wherever you want without asking permission. You don't have to worry. If the guys are going on a trip, you go on a trip. If you want to go eat somewhere, you go eat somewhere. You don't have anybody to take into account. And if you want to take your girlfriend with you, you can. If not, you don't. It's really up to you. And if you have, also, if you're renting, you can exercise more options. Let's put it that way. It's like a condo. You can rent 3 condos if you want, right? But you can probably only own 1 condo. So with the same with a girl. You can date multiple girls. And if you go on a trip and there's one girl that you like to take on trips, you can take her on trips and so on. So you have a lot more freedom, a lot more ways you can go about life without having someone who's holding you down, anchoring you down. So those are some of the advantages. And like I spoke about, in general, it is a lot cheaper to have a girlfriend. So if you have a live-in partner, she's always with you. When you go out to eat, she's with you. When you go out to coffee, she's with you. If you want to go jet skiing, she's with you. If you want to do something, she's always with you. Your expenses will go up. They won't double, but they go up by 20, 30, 40% compared to having just a girlfriend, not non-living girlfriend. So again, financially speaking, you have an advantage not having a living girlfriend or owning versus renting. So, now of course there are advantages in being with someone. Hey, I'm with someone, I have a live-in partner, so there has to be some advantages, otherwise I wouldn't have that live-in partner, obviously. Now, to me those advantages, the biggest advantage is that you have someone you can trust. If something happens to you, if you're in an accident, if you're feeling sick, if you're feeling down, if she's a good girl, she's going to be there for you. And that is a feeling of safety that can't be replaced. Having someone there, always there, is a great thing. Also, you feel less lonely. You feel someone there you can share time with. If you're watching a movie, you're not sitting there alone. You're actually having fun with somebody. Especially if she's, a good girl, like you're compatible, your chemistry is there. So that's a great advantage when having a live-in partner. Okay, so Another advantage for me, at least, with a live-in partner is that you have someone you can travel with, someone you feel comfortable with, someone you know you have chemistry with, someone you know you will laugh with that has the same interests. Maybe she's interested in nature the same way you are. Maybe you're interested in going to different islands. So she has some of the commonality that you have, and you have that comfort factor, and you feel comfortable, you laugh with her, you have a good time. You know, that's the advantage of a live-in partner. And it's that trust issue. When she's traveling with you, you can trust her. You can trust her with the money. You can trust her with your passport. You know that personality. You feel close to her. So having a live-in partner, I think, has many advantages, but also some disadvantages that we also talked about. So just to cover the disadvantages of marriage and common law marriage, meaning a live-in partner, is, of course, you have less freedom. To me, that's the biggest one. Less freedom to do what you want, less freedom to go with the guys. It's more expensive, so it's going to cost you financially more. Now you're responsible for her health care, you're responsible for her dentist, you're responsible for just about everything that's going on in her life. So you're also married to the state if you're married, and also you're married if you're to the state in a way with Article 147, 148. And as I said, look in the description for those videos. And that common law marriage can be dangerous. I haven't seen anyone that's been affected by it, but doesn't mean you won't be affected by it. So with that, let's say you're of a person that wants your freedom, doesn't want to own, wants to rent, does not want a living girlfriend, doesn't want to get married. How do you go about that? How is it possible to have a girlfriend, or is it even possible to have a girlfriend and not move her in? And I tell you, it's absolutely possible. You just have to hold your frame. You just, from the beginning, you're not going to talk about it right from the beginning, but if she starts hinting at that, tell her that's not going to happen. Have her stay over 1, 2, 3 nights a week, but that's it. Don't go into the trap of having her there all the time. Have some time for your own. Have 3 to 4 days where you can do your own stuff and she is not there physically. That means she's now not a live-in partner, because it's not considered living as husband and wife here in the Philippines according to Articles 147 and 148 if she's not living with you full time. But anyway, contact a lawyer about that, as I always say. But yeah, so you can stop them, but in the end they might insist. It comes to a point sometimes when a woman says, you know what, either I'm going to live with you or I'm gone. And at that point you have to decide, how much is that girl worth to you? Is she really worth taking that chance? Is she really worth losing your freedom over? And after a year or two as a girlfriend, you will know this. But also, if you're a single guy, you can date more than one girl at the same time. So you have options, and in the end you will find more than probably someone that you really, really like. And that is the time you got to consider whether you're going to make her a live-in partner or get married to her. Don't fall into the trap where a girl pressures you. A girl tells you that she's moving in. If a girl after 6 months tells you, either I move in or we're done, hit the next button. Tell her we're done. There are so many options here that you don't need that. You don't need a girl telling you what to do. You, as a man, needs to set that frame in that relationship. So, I don't know if you guys noticed all these girls passing by. I mean, there are so many options here. You don't have to, you don't have to put up with crap here the way you do in the West. So, if you want to stay single and you don't want to have a live-in partner and you just want to have a girlfriend, it is possible. So in the end, it's really up to you what you want. And like I said, there's advantages and disadvantages with both. I've lived both lives, and I've loved both lives, to be honest. So in the end, I chose a live-in partner, and for good and bad. For me, it's turned out good, but for other people, it might not turn out so good. So anyway, with that, I think it's kind of a shorter video, I know, but I just kind of wanted to talk about that because you guys have brought that up so many times about owning versus renting. Why own the cow when you can get the milk for free? A lot of guys say, and that's kind of true. If you're just in it for the physical, the non-emotional, then there is no point in having a live-in partner. If you're not emotionally attached to the girl and you just want the physical, there are enough of options here that you don't need that. So don't fall into the trap of having a live-in or getting married unless you really, really want to and you've really thought it through and you've exercised your options here. So Let's just go through that one more time, just to cover all the basics here. Remember, here in the Philippines, if you live with someone, you're covered under Article 147 and 148. Look at the description for the video, for that video. And that video is really important. You need to watch it. Live-in partner, you lose your freedom. Live-in partner is going to be more expensive. Live-in partner, now you come under Filipino law. Live-in partner, you, like I said, you are responsible for her. And after a while, you kind of be responsible for her family. Non-live-in partner, now you have your freedom. You can go where you want. You can do what you want. It's less expensive. It's, you can exercise more options. You can date more girls. But the disadvantage might be loneliness. You might be the type of person that needs someone there. The disadvantage is maybe you don't have someone to travel with. The disadvantage, you might not have someone to trust. So there are advantages and disadvantages in whatever you choose, obviously. The secret here, in my opinion, is just to go slow. Go slow for a year or two, meaning date for a year or two, and then make a decision. Don't make a decision straight away. Don't have someone pressure you into making a decision. You make whatever is best for you. So anyway, with that, I just wanted to say thank you for joining Paul's Asian Adventure. And like I said, I know this is going to be a bit shorter. I just wanted to do a quick video about that since you guys have asked that questions many times. And so I will see you on the next one, and maybe just keep the camera running to see people walking about, and I'll see you on the next one. And one thing, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment, especially the sharing. I think people would love to see this video with all these cuties walking by. Go ahead and share it, comment, and like. So I'm going to have a drink of water and take a pause here while my filmmaker films people walking by. So yeah, just in case you didn't know it, this is a Sunday, and that's when a lot of people